Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna share with you how I made this raised garden bed. As you can see, it's a 6 feet by 3 feet in length and width, and then in height it's about 15 inches or so. And I got this done pretty cheaply. It's a DIY project. The materials are all from my local Home Depot or Lowe's store. And as you can see, I also laid down a netting to protect it from moths and insects so that I don't have to spray pesticides and other harmful chemicals on these plants. And I also have a drip line laid on there. It's connected to my automated sprinkler system, so it automatically waters it according to the weather, and I can share more details sometime later on that. But yeah, let's go to each of these three parts of this bed. So first I'll share with you how I made the basic structure, the wooden structure of the garden bed, what materials and how I put this all together. And then I'll share with you how I made this the netting and the hoops, and then finally the drip line. So yeah, let's get started. So let me zoom in a little bit to show you how I made this base. As you can see, these are cedar pickets. So these are pretty cheap. They are available in your Home Depot or Lowe's or any local lumber store. So I got them for around $2.50 to $3 a piece, and they are like 6 feet by 7.5 inches, and I just laid them one on top of the other to have more height. So you can see it's like two of them stacked one on top of the other. So that gives me a height of about or a depth of about 15 inches, which is good enough for the plants I'm growing here. Works good for most of the veggies that I'm interested in. So you can see I have some kale, some cabbage, broccoli, and I also throw in some herbs in there like cilantro and dill, and some fenugreek there. The way I did it, constructed the base, is I have these fence pickets. So I stacked them one on top of the other. I had to cut down on one side because the way these pickets are, they have a little cut on the top, which doesn't make it like a rectangle. It's more like so I cut them on one side to make them rectangular shape, and then I used screws to fasten these together, and that's pretty much it. As you can see, like, there's a little bit of gap there, but I don't mind. It still contains the soil very well, and I used some supports in the middle. You cannot see it from here, but actually from inside there's like a little piece of wood that I use it as a support, going all the way from somewhere here to the bottom, that lets these pickets stay in place. I use cedar pickets in this because cedar is a good material to use for these beds, because it has natural drought resistant properties. So if you water them and all, they're not gonna decay fast. So these are like the material of choice for the raised bed. You don't want to use anything that has chemicals on it, so because it's gonna be something that you're gonna eat. So make sure you have cedar boards or fence pickets, whatever you can get your hands on, and use them for your bed. So I like to use screws to put them together because it's easier to disassemble and assemble it as well. I find it much easier than using nails. And the way I did these ones is I drilled small pilot holes, because if you don't do the pilot holes, the cedar likes to split if you just try to put the screw itself. So as you can see here, in here I did try to put the screw directly, and it split right there. So don't do that. Drill a pilot hole. A pilot hole is a small hole, a guiding hole that use a drill to drill it, and then you use the screw on top of it to guide it. So that way your cedar wood is not going to split and gonna stay in shape. So as you can see, these one of these plank is like 6 feet by 7.5 inches. I cut them in half to create the other side, like the width of the bed. So in all I used how many? So 1, 2, 3, 4 pickets for the length, and then 2 pickets for the side, because you cut them in half. So from 2 you actually get 4 pickets for making the sides. So in total you need just 6 of these. I'll post a link to the materials in my video so you can see what exactly did I use. So you don't need to have a saw to have these cut. Like, you can just have these cut at your local Home Depot or Lowe's store. There most of them have a saw, and they'll do it free of charge for you. So for these ones I just asked them to cut them in half, and they were happy to do it. In case you have a saw, great, you can use that to do the cuts. If not, you can just ask your local lumber store to do that for you. So that's pretty much it. Once you have the pickets, you just assemble them, put them like I have in this rectangular shape, and you get your raised garden bed. Thanks everyone, and hope you enjoyed watching how to make this raised garden bed, and hope you can do it on your own. If there are any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below my video. I'll be happy to answer them. And good luck, and thanks. Bye bye.